Hello, my name is Jennifer, and welcome to part 2 of my Super Teens Challenge. And if you are returning, welcome back. And at the end of the last part, Declan, who is not very comfortable because he's hot, he asked how to use magic. So he's got mote sight, so he can go collect all the motes. But because he is uncomfortable due to being hot, I'm going to just change him into, I think he's in winter clothes, and that's why he's hot, because I noticed that Bonnie is also, so we'll change her, because I recognize that her clothes are her winter clothes. And it looks like Abigail is also in winter clothes, but she doesn't seem like she is as uncomfortable as the others. As the other two, I should say. So let's check with Colleen. She's going to go, yeah, they're all in their winter clothes. It must have been cool where they were last. I did bring them through Glimmerbrook, the bar, and then I realized I could come to Magic HQ directly with Nora. And they all have summer everyday clothes because summer is coming. And so he's now in his proper clothes. And our Edward is uncomfortable. Maybe it's because they're outside. They're more uncomfortable because the ones inside seem to be okay. They don't seem to be having the same issues as those who are, except for, of course, Freddie seems okay, but I'm pretty sure that's also because I think all their everyday outfits are like more summery. And he's inside, so that seems to explain why he's okay, is our Grant. Well, except for Grant. Grant has pants. Everybody else seems to have shorts, but I put pants on Grant for some reason. Oh well. And she must be in her cold weather clothes too, so we need to get her to change also. Probably need to just get them. There we go. So they're changed. And I had asked her to talk to, she's not, she has to level up before she can get any further. So she could maybe ask for magical training, or maybe she should just practice on her own so that she's not taking up their time when we might need it with some of the others. So we're going to practice practical magic. We could have also gone and used the cauldron since we don't have one at home. So let's get back to Declan, and there's a moat. There's a bunch of moats. We're going to go down and work our way back. So that's the first one. So we need to collect 7 of these. And I would definitely like to at least have 2 of them become. And if anyone had commented, I am recording these both. She had to work. We gotta get her to work from home. And she needs to research a plant, and she needs to get to flower 6. But that was flower arranging level 6, but that's gonna take a little bit of time, and we're not really too worried about that right now. So he was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I don't remember if that was one I had already chosen for him to collect. So we'll leave it. And I know for sure these 2 weren't ones that I had asked him to collect. So we'll have him get him to do those ones. And then Abigail, let me take a look at you. You love the outdoors and you're cheerful. So maybe you might like to do the potion. Well, we'll let you be the next one to become magical. So for you, look like you need to become friends with Simon. You have not a very good relationship with him. You have like no relationship with him whatsoever. So I need you to come over here and start talking to Simon. And we're not going to ask of Mermaid because I don't think he's going to necessarily like that. And you can discuss local fishing spots. And we are going to take a photo with Simon so that we can help boost our relationship with him and become, friends, hopefully, or at least closer to being friends than what you currently are. Because right now, I'd have to say that's pretty poor relationship. Oh, we have like 3 pictures now that we have to sell on Plopsy when we go home. So I think definitely 2 is all we're going to have a chance to try and become spellcasters right now. So when you're finished, that's going to come a pop-up. And we'll take these. This is a really good way to make friends, whether they're going to keep it that way. But right now, and it's been like that for quite a while, And as you can see, look, they're friends now. They had like a teeny bit of green and now it's fully maxed. So now that we've made friends, we are going to actually ask how to use magic with our Abigail. And Nora, you're still practicing, but if you manage to finish that, why don't you search for tomes while you're done? And we were born ready. So we're going to get the moat site. And she needs 7 moats, which of course, because we sent Declan, I guess this actually makes sense. I'm doing like the first of the girls and the first of the guys. So it looks like he's getting his last one, I hope. Yes, he is. And I think we need someone to rally the troops. Freddie, why don't you come here? And I know she has the moat site, but why don't we come and rally? Oh, we don't even have a gathering started, so we can't rally the troops. I have to hit play, and now we're going to come and we're going to rally the troops so that we can get our, our bladder, hunger, and energy looked after. And once we rallied the troops, you could always have a shower. I don't know where you're going. She's coming this way. He was right there. Okay. And you're going downstairs. Why don't you... We're going to try and do some more rallying of the troops. And I do have a shower here. So let's have Freddie take a shower. That's what we'll do. Okay. So let's check in on Declan. He should have all of his emotes. And we're going to come over here and friendly... try and hand them in, assuming he got turn in the moats. So he is going to do that. And now that he's done that, we're going to take our... And they're all back. Well, they're not all back. Maybe they are all back. So we have to pick up 1. And I'm going to pause. 2. 3. 4. 5. Those are gone still. 6. We need a 7th emote. Anywhere? We may have to wait a little bit. So we're going to stay here because I would think that Declan would come to Simon, though I find when they're talking, it's the opposite. So I still need you to do that searching for tomes. And then after you've done that, well, I won't tell you to do it because it might interfere with you searching. And did I reset you? You did somehow. Me just turning it around seemed to reset you turning in the moats. So let's try that one again. Turn in moats. Let's see how that goes. And there we go. Our first teen has become a spellcaster. Yay! And now that you have become a spellcaster, let's see if you can ask to teach a potion recipe. It looks like that's the person who, I don't know, she's got the hat like the one who comes to check out stuff for eco lifestyle. And then we'll ask to teach practical magic. And since we're on these aspirations, we should put him, may as well start with the purveyor of potions, because it requires you to be in this neighborhood and blah, blah, blah. And now we want to do the knowledge, the equivalent knowledge one. So he needs to learn a spell. Did he not learn a spell? Get to know and discuss interests. And let's try and see if we can ask to teach practical magic again. And see if we have any luck. Okay. And he learned Scrubberoo, which is really the main one I want him to learn. So we don't have to take so many showers because we can have people asking and helping. So let's tell a dramatic story. And did you find anything when you were searching? You must have. I don't know what you found. There must be a pop-up somewhere. She found a Tome of Magical Aura. And let's look for it in our inventory. We do need to get home to sell our things because we have to be at home to do that. Oh, here. It's not showing as new. And it's apprentice. Can she study that? Oh, she can. Can she study that? What level is she? Oh, she's got talent points. We are going to go here and do my favorite. This is what I usually do. And then discharge. And then I'm going to do Spellcaster Socialite, especially since she has 2 Spellcasters in the house. Or she will do as soon as we get Abigail turned into a Spellcaster. At least to start with, she has 2. So she's going to Scrubberoo herself. And let's check in on Declan. Is he learned already. So we are going to search for tomes. And we're going to go back over to Abigail. And we need to see where we can find one more moat. Oh, maybe she hasn't. Oh, these weren't here. These are new because they were the last ones I had Declan pick up. So she's got 5 and she's about to pick up that 6th one. And so then I probably could just have her pick up the closer one. There we go. Collect that moat. And we have to wait for her to collect it. Let's see. You know Morgan. So maybe Morgan, why don't you... Oh, you don't know Morgan. We'll leave you on the Friend of the World aspiration and have you just look like you knew Morgan because you had a lot of green for friendship. So I thought you knew him already, but you didn't. So that's fine. So did you learn anything, Declan? Right, you've already learned. So we're done with that. And you may as well brighten day. And you can teach to knit because you have maxed, I believe. Freddie has maxed his knitting skill, if I remember correctly. And Colleen, see, there's no point. There's not enough for them to do. So, but you're on a Friend of the World aspiration. Well, you can't really, you already know him. Okay, so you must have just learned because you learned his traits, you've done that introduction, and now you have a max relationship. So we're going to come here and friendly, turn in those moats. So you can ask any of the 3 sages about magic, and then you can turn the moat into the one you asked, or any of the 3. It does not have to be the same. So let's get our Abigail turned into a spellcaster. This is taking a little longer than I was expecting because I had wanted to start our vacation. Well, that's why I didn't want to change all of them into spellcasters. At least not all at once, because it was just going to take a little bit of time to do it. So now that we've done that, let's have her asked to teach a potion recipe. And then we'll have her asked to teach untamed magic. And she learned a potion of nausea. Not helpful. Not for me. The potion of good fortune is good, and the potion of the plentiful needs. Those are the 2 that I like. Oh, Tome of Scrubberoo. Actually, the potion of curse cleansing is good too. It's better than the magical spell, and she's learned a zip zap. It's better than the magical spell because it clears all curses all at once versus just a little bit. So you do know we're going to ask about Day. You know Simon already, and you're friends with Simon, so we don't need to take any pictures, luckily. Took her a little bit of time, but now she is here. So we are going to come here and magic, ask to teach a potion recipe, and then, of course, we're going to try and ask to teach practical magic. And now that we're not going to meet anyone else while we're over here, we will switch over to spellcraft and sorcery, I should say, so that she can get this done. So she got a potion of plentiful needs, and she already has learned 1 spell, so she's already got through that first part, and she will get to, hopefully to 3, would be my preference. And then we're going to go onto freelance botanist. Let's see. And she learned Repario. So one of them learned Repario and the other one learned Scrubberoo. So I would have liked her to have learned Scrubberoo more. But we're going to magic try and Scrubberoo. So it looks like you can ask any spellcaster for a rite of dissolution, which doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but whatever. And it looks like she was going to be successful because she's all golden, which is good. So she is currently an acolyte, and her next level would be adept. So I'm going to now take them home, finally. This took much longer than I was expecting to get just 2 of them to become spellcasters. If Nora had time to work on her spellcaster and like level up to max and learn the rite of ascension, so she could then make the rest of them spellcasters, which would probably be quicker and might be fun to try. But we'll see how that goes. So I'm going to take them all home and I'll be back when they get there. Well, they are back home, and I'm going to have Nora do her research plant work assignment. And one thing that I thought might be easy, I don't know how long Patchy is going to stay on here, but we'll take turns having them going asking for gardening tips so that they can get their gardening skill up a little bit. And of course, because we're on a micro lot, we get it really quickly. So perhaps we might, instead of getting them to like level 4 or 5 of gardening, it might be best if they have to get to like max their gardening skill, because it doesn't really make a lot of sense to not do otherwise. And now that you've actually done that, why don't we put you on to I meant to put her on purveyor of potions, so she luckily she got it anyways. Maybe I did, I don't remember, but I do want to put her on that, but I wasn't really thinking. So we're gonna harvest all right now. Or maybe we shouldn't harvest all. We will just harvest all, and we'll worry about selling things later. So let's keep going around with all of these kids. Ask for, we could also check pockets for seeds too, but my main thing is I want them to learn some skills. And they do look like they need a little bit of fun, but I am planning on, once we get this all finished, taking them to Granite Falls, where they can do some fishing, which will be fun for all of them. Well, why don't you just check pockets for seeds, and we'll let you do that. And while we're here, we're going to just get them all instruments, violins and guitars. Actually, we're just going to do violins. But I've been finding that the guitar isn't so bad, I think, or maybe it was we're just going to get them violins. Because in the past, when I used to have them like play for emotion, it's still true with the violin, it will just go on and on and on, and it doesn't stop. Which is what I like, to be honest. So there we go. And with the other instruments, it stops. They don't keep playing. They have like a little bit that they play, and then it switches over that they don't play anymore, which means it's not as non-stop for emotional control. So we're going to do another red one. So there we go. We have 7 violins. So Abigail, 1 for you, 1 for you. We don't even need to flip over to you guys. So we'll do 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here. And since you are busy, why don't you practice? And you can practice. And Declan, you haven't done this. So we're going to ask for gardening tips, and I guess that's it. I suppose, since it doesn't seem like we can check pockets for seeds. Nope, still can't. And he hasn't finished. There he goes. They all get to level 4. Alrighty, so now that you have done that, why don't you play your violin, practice, and is it a thunderstorm? I don't know why he's tense. Ask for gardening tips. You must have checked for pockets for seeds more recently than I realized. And why are you tense? Oh, the bad music. That would explain it. Well, if you guys can get through to level 4 really quickly, then you don't tend to cause those issues with anybody. There we go, level 4. And now it's Freddy's turn. Ask for gardening tips. And you're gonna go make people tents too by practicing your violin, which you should have really been able to have learned as children, but you didn't. Takes them a while to get over here. And as you get to level 4 too. Now your turn to practice. So you can leave and Grant can ask for gardening tips. Level 6? Oh, right, because she did the harvesting, so she leveled up more. All would have actually done that too. I didn't have to. And now you're going to check pockets for seeds. And you're going to practice. So we've got a level 3 of the violin skill. And then this is 4. She only ever does things by 4s for some reason. And I don't really know why. Well, you need homework, so we'll put that in your inventory. You need homework, so we'll grab that for you. You have homework. You have homework. You have 2 homework. You don't have homework. You have homework. So you have 2, so we'll grab this 1 extra homework and give it to Bonnie so they all have homework now. So let's keep an eye on there. So we got to level 5, 3. We want them to all be 4 is my preference. And then as soon as they get to 4, all of them. So probably Grant should be the last one to get to level 4. Wrong tab. Let's pull this up. He's 2 because of the order that I did them in. Yeah, so all the rest are 4, should be 4 or higher, I should say. So why don't you come here and rally the troops, because you're at level 4. Actually, Abigail might not be, because Abigail, I didn't have her playing. She was working on her, let's put that back in your inventory, her gardening. She got to a higher level of gardening than the others. That's what happened. So she's actually behind, so why don't... You can't oh, it's the children ones. Where's yours that I gave you? I gave you a non-child one. So what did you do with it? I could have sworn I gave you a non-child one. I thought I gave everybody a non-child one. Well, before we go anywhere, we should have Nora ship these paintings on Plopsy. Unfortunately, I don't think you can do that when you're on vacation from the vacation mailbox. Seriously, where's your violin? I must not have... That was probably the downside of me having you. Yeah, it says a child violin. Did I give it to someone else somehow? Did I give someone else 2? In which case it would still be in their inventory for those who are playing? Or do I just, like, buy another one? I could have sworn I bought 7. 3 red, 2 blue, 2 white. Someone posted on the Pen Pal forums. Well, I'm going to try and see if I can find them, but we're actually going to leave this part here, and hopefully before the next part, they all have their violins. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye! This has been Jennifer. If you have any comments or suggestions, please leave them below. I'd love to see them. If you liked the video, please leave a like. And if you'd like to see more videos of challenge, let's plays, tutorials, and occasional speed builds, please subscribe if you haven't already done so. Thanks very much.